I want to talk about consciousness and what is it? And going into the new earth, we must start thinking about things from our level of consciousness in order to create it. What is it? Consciousness is actually a thing. It is floating around in the ether. And as you breathe, as you live, you are taking in this consciousness. So, what is happening right now? People are living in the world without an idea of how to think or what to think. All of our memories and everything were wiped out. And so we had no idea who we were, how to think about things, and we were just put into a system that you work, 9 to 5, whatever, you guys know, whatever the system was, that's the system that we're living in. And now we're seeing those systems break apart, and it's freaking us out and it's scaring us because it's like, well, what does this mean? Where are we going to be going? We can see that we're definitely changing where we're headed now. And that is scary for a lot of people because they don't understand what's happening or what's going to happen to them, what's going to happen to their family, what's going to happen to their animals. So one way to bring in this timeline so that you can visually see it is to start making your thoughts based on the world that you want to see. Ask yourself questions. What kind of world do I want to see? Do I want to have a government? Do I want to have clean water? What do you want to see? And then you start bringing that in, because all of that stuff exists, but you have to be at the frequency in order for it to become your reality. So you have to raise your frequency, and you raise your frequency to simplify it. You raise your frequency by focusing, talking, watching, thinking only about the things that are in the higher vibration. You remove the things in your environment that you do not like and that are not feeding you forward. And that goes for watching social media videos. You unfollow people who are not uplifting you and are not letting you know of your personal power and that are just making you feel scared. So if you have any fear, at all, look at what you're watching and stop for a minute and say, am I coming at this from a consciousness, or am I coming at this from a fear-based thing that's programmed into me? And now I am trying to figure out how to undo it or how to know what to do. But the only information that I have is the old world's information or 3D information. And we do not do things like that anymore. We do not do things for competitiveness. We do not do things to lessen another soul. We are going through a transition. All the different systems, you're watching them fall apart. And we are going into new systems that we will and that we have created that will be replacing this. But everything will get replaced and changed in the exact same time or in the alignment with your change. So every single individual has to make this change for themselves and then start acting on those changes, and then it collapses what they have going. So if you don't have any fear, which stands for false evidence appearing real, there's lots of that right now. You don't have any fear. You're looking at situations from the perspective that we're going to this beautiful new earth and we're going to have beautiful homes and clean water, and we're not going to be suffering. We're going to actually going into an environment that is all about promoting serenity and peace. Won't that be nice? So we are headed in that way. It did come to my spirit today that a lot of what's going on right now with the water and the dams is a literal shift in power. So they're working on, we're shifting the power, bringing the power back to humanity so they can have the world that they want to have. And that requires shifting the water flow. And why were all these dams set up? What did they do? So if you celebrate the dams, you see what's happened, how the dam has destroyed railroad tracks. All of their infrastructure is getting destroyed and moved. So we are going, I think that this is showing us a change in literal power, and we're going to free energy. We're going to have Tesla energy. Some people say that's years off, but for me and the world I live on, I am seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm living it as much as I can, bringing the timeline in. We're not sick in this house. We don't have any problems in this house. We feel amazing, and we're nothing but looking forward to the future. And that's because we're in a higher level of consciousness. And so we're able to see everything. But think about this that's going on with the water. Look into Duke Energy. They run the water and all the electricity, and there's all the stuff with South Carolina in there, but it's all changing before your eyes. It's all changing before your eyes. And instead of being like, oh, wow, this is changing, we're upset because of the destruction of the old world. I know it's hard, but you got to just let it go and know that things are changing for the better. And as far as preparing for all this different shift in energy and power and all that, you're going to have some physical. I just came off of over a week with minimal power, no power to minimal power. And my town just got their power back on. But I was fine with it because it is part of the transition. And knowing that we're going to the transition makes me very, very happy. So put in the comments what you think about this. Do you see this shift in power? Do you see how Duke Energy and the dams and the nuclear plant in South Carolina, all this stuff is being stopped, changed, and redirected? Because Gaia needs to have the water flowing the way it was supposed to. They redirected the water because they know that's energy, and it created a frequency on the planet that limited you. So we're going to amazing fast travel, amazing clean living. All of our buildings and everything will be surrounded around nature. Look up Singapore if you want to kind of see a real life version of this. But it is all changing. It is all amazing. So be positive, be happy, go within for your answers, and put in the comments. I want to see some beautiful emojis if you're going to New Earth, some beautiful rainbows and trees and birds and all kinds of stuff to lock in this new future that you want to have. So remember, every comment that you make, every emoji you put down on any video, all adds or takes away from the vibration of the planet. So here on my channel, we are all futurists, new earthers, and we are here to bring in this new culture and way of living. And so if you want to be a part of that, start with leaving some amazing comments that uplift everyone and leave your emojis. Okay, everybody, have a phenomenal day. And remember, make your decisions based on your consciousness and through your heart space. And then you will love, love, love the outcome of those decisions because they're all in divine flow and they make your life amazing.